Khan, Shalom. All praise and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Wa'al Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles of Green Millstone, Apostle Tahar, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rakar, Apostle Ramlab, and the Shalom to all the sincere Achim that are pushing this word in sincerity and in the truth. Before I continue, I want to say that the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks about, the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. With that being said, the people that live in the land of Israel today, they go back to the Khazarians, which go back to the Amalekites, which is the chief head tribe of the nation of Esau Edom. And the people that are called white, European, Caucasian, Australian, American, they all go back to the nation of Esau Edom, which is the only nation upon the planet Earth that will not receive mercy from the Heavenly Father. You know, with that being said, these videos are made to wake up our people, to lead them back to the Heavenly Father, because heavy judgment is being passed upon the planet Earth, you know. And in this instance, on this in this article, you see that there's economic things being put in place by China and Brazil, by Russia, all these other countries, you know. And it says over here, let me read the article. It says China, Brazil reach deal to de-dollarize trade. Okay, this is an article of like a week old, you know. It says China and Brazil have reached a deal to trade in their own currencies, ditching the US dollar as an intermediary, the Brazilian government said Wednesday. Beijing's latest salvo against the almighty greenback. The deal will enable China, the top rival to U.S. economic hegemony, and Brazil, the biggest economy in Latin America, to conduct their massive trade and financial transactions directly, exchanging yuan for reais and vice versa, instead of going through the dollar. The expectation is that this will reduce costs, promote even greater bilateral trade, and facilitate investment. The Brazilian Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, Apex Brazil, said in a statement, China is Brazil's biggest trading partner with a record 150.5 billion in bilateral trade last year. You know, the deal, which follows a preliminary agreement in January, was announced after a high-level China-Brazil business forum in Beijing. Okay. Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva was originally scheduled to attend the forum as part of a high-profile China visit, but had to postpone his trip indefinitely Sunday after he came down with pneumonia. So the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China and Bank of Communications BBM will execute transactions, officials said. Okay, now over here you see that this is the economic part of the things being set in place, and besides that you also have the military parts, which is Russia. You know, that's the main enemy of America being put in place. You know, so China is actually China is actually a big enemy of America concerning the how do you say that? The economy, and Russia is the military basically enemy of Esau, you could say, man. You know. So let me read the scripture, man. You know, I see that my Bible was torn, man. So I'll have to start using another Bible. Anyway, it's over here. It says, Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, let the weak say I am strong. You know, so the weaker nations is also putting things in place economically, you know, to not be dependent upon America anymore, you know, to basically lower the influence through the dollar. You know, the less they use the dollar, the less influence America has upon them, you know, and can basically use them for their resources. That also, because anytime these countries have to trade, you know, they still have to change their money into the dollar, which is not backed by anything. Meanwhile, they don't have that privilege, that they can just print money out of the sky. They have to pay with resources. So that's why it's unfair, but the thing is, America has a strong military, so it's known that America is bullying countries around. That's what they do. So over here it says, let the weak say. Over here, where does it say that? God, let the weak, verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be weakened, and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So in the valley of Jehoshaphat, if you don't know where that is, the valley of Jehoshaphat is a valley of you know uh you know the valley of Jehoshaphat, right? The valley of Jehoshaphat is in the Middle East. you know Valley of Jehoshaphat map. you know so over here, right? Jehoshaphat. you know so it's actually the whole Middle East. um the whole Middle East, you can consider the Valley of Jehoshaphat, because that's where all these countries are gonna bring their armies eventually. That's what's is gonna happen eventually. All these countries is gonna put their military in the Middle East, right? So let's read another scripture. Okay. And I really like this scripture, man, because it gives you hope. This is Jeremiah 46 and 27. But fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, and be not dismayed, O Israel. For behold, I will save thee from afar off, and thy seed from the land of their captivity. And Jacob shall return, and be in rest and at ease, and none shall make him afraid. You see, because that's what's gonna happen. None is gonna make us afraid, man. No one is gonna deal with us. Is gonna bully us around or nothing like that. Because those are the times that is coming, man. Sedition among men. The Middle East is gonna be one big mess. Militarily, economically, everything is gonna, get nasty, man. It's gonna get real ugly. But the Most High warns us of these things. So that's why we talk about these things, man. It says over here, this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, say the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. And the word incredulity means, unable to understand, right? Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Okay? And all these things are being put in place right now. Okay? by these other nations as well. These weaker nations are trying to, save themselves from America. They don't want nothing to do with America because they know they can only lose if they are involved with America, man. Behold, say the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Over here, for wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more, as touching their wickedness which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth. Right? Innocent blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually, So the ones that were, also don't forget there's people that have been beheaded, wrongfully, or been killed for this word's sake, and they want revenge, man. They want revenge, just like we want revenge, We want revenge upon our enemies, That's the thing. So yeah, let's go to Habakkuk. Habakkuk 2:3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come; it will not tarry." All these things that we read about, they're gonna come to pass eventually. It don't matter how long it takes. The Most High says that it will come to pass. His word doesn't go out void, man. Behold, the soul which is lifted up in the lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. So with that, I want to say all praise and glory go to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem and Shai, and Shalom.